All right. Welcome everyone to the George Styles after party. Someone still got this shit playing on YouTube and we could hear it, echoey kind of thing. So stop that, Sabrina.
Stop it now. Stop it now.
And so far with us, of course, we got the guest of honor tonight. Mr. George Styles is with us. My producer and co-host, Mr. Mikey Famine, is with us. Another fellow Canadian below me here, Air, is with us. Also have the sailing expert, Stephanie Helms, is with us. And all the way from the Caribbean, Phil the Skeptic Atheist, something or other, is with us. And another Canadian, Sabrina, is also with us. And the other Canadian that's usually in here, like fucking furniture, Ollie, has having some issues with his disc golf, apparently. No, I'm kidding. He had to do some updates, so we don't expect to see him for about, I don't know, 3 days or something. Till this thing installs itself.
That's the truth.
He might make it for the Thursday episode.
Yeah.
Might be pushing it.
Let's not get too excited. In the meantime, yeah. So what were we just talking about that Mikey wanted us to go live about this one?
The bill in Canada and Maine being ahead of each other for the deconversion therapy thing.
Conversion therapy shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, you were gonna say?
I was bragging that year ago, Maine leads. We passed banning conversion therapy like 4 years ago. But whatever.
I mean, it's been banned in some provinces here for a while, and in some places where it's not in the province, some municipalities have passed bylaws that basically heavily restrict it. But this change basically just unifies it and brings it nationwide, because there are definitely some provinces, Alberta, that probably wouldn't have done anything about it.
No, they're busily converting tar sands into oil or something like that.
Yeah. So. Canada's Texas.
Yeah. Oh, Alberta. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, you know what? I have to give them credit. They got some nice looking places in Alberta. They got some pretty nice people there too. Like there's, especially in the cities, like there's some very incredibly pleasant people. Like it's not like my cousin doesn't live there or anything like that, and she's awesome.
I have friends.
They also have shitty people there.
I have awesome friends there too.
Is Banff in Alberta?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's right on the BC Alberta border in the mountains, pretty much. So.
Is it pronounced Banff or is it just Banff?
Banff.
That seems.
Oh, with the double F. Okay, that's what you were getting. I was thinking, like, what are you doing?
I mean, it's kind of like Aaron, you know.
All right, let me just take attendance real quick. D nice.
I was wrong. Regardless of a countrywide ban, which is it's apparently been banned federally here in Canada. Apparently, it is still alive and well here in Vancouver.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Oh no!
Whoa!
Not just in BC, but in Vancouver specifically.
Well, it's still occurring in BC, despite legislative ban that went into effect across the country.
Oh no!
That seems sad. Why?
So someone's going to have
BC be all over that shit because we've got to be one of the more liberal provinces there is here.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. It also significantly surprises me because, like, I can't remember if BC was one of the places that already had rules in place, but at the very least, I'm pretty sure Vancouver City had some like bylaws in place to heavily restrict it.
That's what I thought too.
And maybe they do, but like because their bylaws, they're harder to police.
That could be it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they're pushing to have it completely banned here now. There's a whole bunch of folks over at the Simon Fraser University that are getting together to as allies to the LGBTQIA plus community to have this shit banned.
Know what? You can make it legal, but it don't fucking work.
It's going to take a little bit more attendance here. We got Balaki.
So
even if you ban it, there's still going to be douchebag doctors that are going to say, no, I'm not doing that. Right? It's going to be up to the doctor's personal beliefs. I guarantee you.
You know, I tell you what, your Dr. Jordan B. Peterson would have us all be lobsters. So there you go.
Yeah.
It seems like Ollie been rolled in that 20 on that update roll because
yeah,
quick.
Yeah, really.
I told you.
You're probably the world's fastest Windows update ever.
No, it was because the update actually went really fast, but then when I logged back in, I had no sound.
Your song is going in.
Your audio is still a little choppy.
Your sound actually blows right now, Ollie, to be honest.
It's going in and out.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
So here's a good question. Actually, you should be in here. You can come in and talk to everyone about this. Does anyone have a favorite chick tract? I have one myself. I need to record one this week. I'd have to look for it, and you could probably find it somewhere online. But it was about the lining of the planets. Yeah, the planets were going to align. This is in one of the chick tracks I read. And
which one? You can.
I can't remember. It was all going to be God's judgment, and all the planets would line up. And everything would go haywire on the earth.
I haven't seen those chick tracks in years during the satanic panic. Yeah.
Oh, they're out there.
Yeah, and they wrote a lot of bullshit.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Promote a lot of bullshit and conspiracy stuff.
I had to look up
the
what a
Illuminati. The Illuminati is trying to take over.
Is it any better now, guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Did you turn on your booster?
It was already on. I just flicked it off. I toggled it off and on, and now it's working.
Okay.
It's working great.
Yeah.
Good.
Good stuff.
Nice.
Good stuff.
Nice. But years ago, man, I remembered chick track. He was promoting all these promoting these conspiracy stuff, and the same book I spoke about on my deconvergence story that kind of affected me at that time in college. He published that book. Years later, when I did internet search, the woman, they said the person is a fraudster, scammer. So, yeah. Chick tracks.
I just had to Google it. I had no idea what they were. So
Here's one. Allah had no son.
What?
Well, that sounds kind of new.
Oh, that it's too bad because that means Allah was quite pale.
It was to prove that Allah and the God of the Bible are not the same.
Oh.
It says subject Islam and tags are false religions.
Oh yeah, they're going to say that.
Are there any true religions?
No.
That seems like absurd on multiple levels. Like I don't even know why they would. I don't even know. Like it's not even sensible to make that claim because even if their claim is Islam is true and the other Abrahamic faiths are false, to claim that the God featured in the Quran is different from the God featured in the Bible and the Jewish Bible, the Torah, which are not the same thing. To claim that they're different characters, so to speak, or whatever, is just an absurdity. Because, like, of course, they're the same. And thinking from the perspective of the Muslim claiming this, you could just say they're featuring our God, but they got him wrong. Like they got the details wrong, kind of thing. But it is absolutely the same God. These are related stories, and there's a historical rationale as to why the stories are connected and everything like that. And to claim otherwise just means you don't care about history at all. Oh wait, there we go. Now I understand.
Yep.
I think God is horribly misunderstood.
I found them all.
Like us.
By the way, is this website here, Chick Publications, and it's got them all there, and you can go through and you can see all the different chick tracks that are in there.
Wow.
The only chick tracks I'm really familiar with are Chick Korea. You know, I mean, those are the chick tracks I'm most familiar with, and otherwise I have no idea what you're talking about.
I had no idea what anyone was talking about until I actually looked up, Googled chick tracks, and I still don't really know much about it. I just now know that I don't know.
Yeah, they
realize now we're talking about
those.
I mean, Korea's work with Miles Davis was unbelievably good, really.
When I was in school, yeah, go ahead.
Neil, can you explain chick tracks for the uninitiated?
Much appreciated.
Well, yeah, chick tracks are basically little comic books. They're about yay big. They have black on one side, and they have like a picture that relates to whatever the story is inside this little comic book. And they have one here where it's called "Back from the Dead" with a question mark right there.
Oh yeah,
so Back from the Dead. That's what it looks like from the front cover. So they thought he was dead, but he woke up screaming, "I've got to get saved. I saw hell and I never want to see it again." So it's a story about this person that apparently died and came back and wanted to be saved now. So we get Bad Bob, which is another one, which is totally, and I love how they put the fucking rebel flag in there. With them.
Yeah.
To say something. That should say something to all the fucking Proud Boys out there. So Bob was mean and didn't need God until he nearly died in jail. That's so the little stupid stories that lead you to God, apparently.
I see.
But the thing was, nobody asked for these fucking things. They just showed up.
No.
Dude,
this guy just started fucking making them. This chick guy was a fucking maniac, and he just started making them, and they spread like wildfire. And they became like hilarious for people because they were so outlandish.
And Mikey, there were even around long before.
I don't want to order all of them.
Don't do that.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Do they cost money?
There are. When I was at high school, those things were popular. Because as I was here in Barbados,
you can read them.
Christianity is in public schools from even back then. So, and I was part of a organization, club at secondary school, which is high school, middle school, called the Inter-School Christian Fellowship. So they used to have these book sales and have chick tracts as part of the book sales.
Why are they called chick tracts?
That was the guy's last name.
That's the guy's last name, Jack Chick. But he was into a lot of conspiracy.
He was total QAnon bullshit. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Yeah. Talking about Illuminati, and this guy he interviewed called John Todd, below was who claimed to be a witch in the Illuminati, and they're taking over the government.
The Illuminati. Yes.
Yes. Yeah, the ever famous Illuminati.
Yes.
So and he also wrote things about this guy named Rivera, who was supposed to claim that he was some priest in a Jesuit priest in the Roman Catholic Church, and they're doing all these underhand business apart from the not only the troubling children, but other clandestine stuff.
Oh my goodness.
I feel like I want to ask your special guest for the evening, Neil. Where would you like to take this conversation? Because so far, come up with something, throw something out there. Just give us something to roll with.
Yeah. Sorry to put you on the spot like this, George.
It's not. Oh no! It's not the guest job to entertain us. We need to ask. We have to ask the guests.
I understand.
I know. I'm
chill. A lot of talking all at the same time. Hold on, guys. How about we all ask the guests one of our famous round the horn questions that you can remember? Mm-hmm. I'll give an example. So, Georgia, I'm going to give you 2 tickets and use of my time machine. What is one concert that you're going back to?
Ooh. I don't know. That's really, really tough. That's like insanely hard. You're giving me 2 tickets. This is almost like torture.
Yes, it is.
Because I could think of so many things I would want to do. And I have different kinds of taste in music. When I was a kid, for example, I was about 13, 14. I think I could have went to a Public Enemy concert with Flav and the S1Ws and all them. There's that was one of them, and like there's like, so many different concerts. I haven't been to a Metallica concert.
Flavor Flav.
Yeah, that I wanted to see that so bad. There, I could have went and I just missed it, and I don't think I was old enough to go or something like that. I don't even know. I don't even know where to begin. Like, I think that's a cruel question. That's such a cruel question. That's tough.
Mikey is cruel.
That's
fundamentally cruel.
That's a tough one to answer because I don't know. There's so many I would love to have seen. I want to see them all if I could. But a lot of them I think were back when I was younger. There was a lot of bands that I missed and I always wanted to go see and I could never see. And, so
Mr. President, I know you're running for office, but you did not answer the question. Which concert are you going to?
I have to pass on this one. I have no idea.
No,
I
you
have no idea.
I am pushing you in the machine. I'm setting it to something. What do you want me to set it to?
If I had to, then
you seen MJ, you seen Santana.
You know what I would want to go to? You know what I would want to go to is back like the Live Aid concert in 1985.
Good answer.
July 13th, 1985 Live Aid. That
was very good.
Yeah. Okay. Like that'd be something I'd want to definitely, if I had to pick because you're forcing me to.
Yes.
That's definitely one to be there and to watch what, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Don't let this clown force you into anything. Come on.
Yes. Sometimes.
Well, they forced me into a good concert. That's a good concert to go. Yeah. That's a good thing to force someone into. Because now look at how awesome is that now, right? Like how awesome is that this long, far out, and it's
how many people were there? Because that crowd was nuts.
Massive, crazy,
just nuts.
Yeah, I can search.
It was a lot of people.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it had it had a lot of good things around it, right? It had that whole "We Are the World" with all like Michael Jackson and every big singer of the time. Mm-hmm. Like all those days were right there. I mean, that had a good vibe.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So we'll have the folder for that. Sweet cities. It was held in London and in Philadelphia. And in London, they were at maximum capacity at Wembley Stadium, 72,000. And in Philadelphia, there was another 89,484 people. That's what it says.
Whoa.
Wow.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Insane.
Fuck you.
Fuck Live
Aid.
But
then
No.
It was estimated there was 1.9 billion people watching it on television in 130 countries.
Wow.
That's stupid.
She's in 1985.
At that time, that was like probably
that's half the
human race.
Yeah.
No, it was at the time. It was like a sixth of the human race. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
So.
There's another one you guys could catch on YouTube. There's Freddie Mercury, and I think he's right out there drinking a Heineken. I think the concert is in Montreal. And he does like "We Are the Champions" and Bohemian Rhapsody and stuff. That would have been a cool concert to go see in Canada.
Yeah.
That would have definitely been really cool to see him live when he was really like, you know,
at his
really,
peak, yes.
yeah, like when he had a long peak, but like, I don't know. I watched that still, and you know what I mean. It's amazing. Like these guys are awesome.
It was Montreal, 1981.
Yeah, that one.
I was just gonna say it was really early 80s. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
that would
he's
have been
crushing
cool.
it. I remember seeing this.
Yeah.
He is crushing it.
Yeah, it just be. Yeah, he's like right in the vibe, and you know what I mean. It's like a smaller, I guess, compared to what he's used to. He's used to like Wembley and stuff. But
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Superman, with the Superman tank top.
But the way he plays and sings is just like, wow, unbelievable. Like this guy actually existed. We got to see this, know this person in existence. So cool, man.
That's crazy.
Way too cool. So I give those two as I think I'd give those two a top. And I mean, a runner-up would be like a Pink Floyd Dark Side of the Moon concert, just because I would love to have seen that live.
Mm-hmm.
That'd have been fun.
Yeah. I've seen them with that being played, but
yeah, wow,
tour, right?
Right, yeah, like the actual tour would have been
the giant pigs flying around.
Yeah. Yes, I've heard it's amazing. I know people that went to it.
Yeah,
they
the
have
song
a giant.
Pigs.
Yeah, they have it's
Munas.
And it was their animal store. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear anything about mosh pitting ever again when y'all were running around with pigs floating through the audience. Okay, like.
What about what do you call it? And I still have some of those AC/DC bucks too. When they drop the giant gold pot and they tip it over and all the money falls out with the AC/DC dot, and they play money. I had a stack of them that were never used. A friend of mine worked behind the stage, and he grabbed like a stack of them. These are unused AC/DC bucks. I only have a couple left. I gave a bunch away to everybody. So.
Oh man. Yeah. Okay. Does anyone else have one of our former Round the Horn questions that we can force George to answer? Put him in a quandary.
So I have to go in like a minute or two here. So get me a good question.
Quick.
What's Sweet's question that he asked? That's always a good one. I just can't remember.
If you're Phil, the leader of Heck, like you're a lesser demon, got something, you're a weak deity, and pretty much you can't curse people, but you can kind of like give them a minor inconvenience. So if you could just give someone a minor inconvenience, what would you give them? And then the example is like, no matter when or where you are, as soon as you put on new socks, within 10 steps, you're going to step in water.
Yeah.
Like, or every time you go to watch a VHS, you have to rewind it first, or just something inconvenient that just.
No matter how many times you flip over the pillow, there's never a cold spot.
Yeah, it's always a little too warm, even when you flip it.
Every time you change rooms, if you wear glasses, your glasses fog up.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
I'll leave at least more of us appreciate
that smell doesn't go away.
Or I think the worst one.
So what would you curse somebody with?
One more quick example. I think one was like, no matter where you're trying to drive, you always have to get gas.
Yep.
Like you have to stop for gas no matter what every time. Oh, I would hate that so much. So much.
Gosh.
So what would you curse someone with? What's a minor inconvenience you would curse them with?
I would curse a guitar player with a string that always breaks after the intro.
That's cold as ice. Cold as ice, George.
Just think about it. You get through the intro and snap. You know what I mean? You got. Yeah, that would be. Yeah, if I had to be awful and horrible, this is my best job. Because I remember that happening to me a couple times. You know, you get right through the intro of a song and then you're on stage and it snaps and you're like, oh man, no. And it just does not sound the same no matter what, right? With a missing string, and you're hoping I don't have to solo for this one because forget that. Especially if it's like one of the higher strings. I've had that happen a lot. Pretty miserable stuff.
My buddy had an SG that probably went through, I don't know, 15 sets of strings. Like almost every show he was busting strings. I'm like, dude, you need a new bridge. Like there's something wrong. Like you were just splitting strings here. Like, so we tried like the little Q-tip, the like little plastic tube Q-tip trick where you like make a little saddle for them so they ride in there. He tried everything. I'm like, you have to get rid of this guitar. Like this thing is a problem.
There's a rough spot in it someplace.
I was just going to ask George if he
snapping that
which type of strings.
The thing what I did to get around that was with these nice little saddles, especially for a Les Paul. And I bought these, they're like a graphite composite thing, and they literally stopped the problem. So that was how I got around that. Yeah, I never had a broken string again.
He never bought an SG again. That was the first.
Poor guy.
Funny enough, he bought an Iceman after that. Which was the coolest looking guitar I've ever fucking seen. Worst to play. It was awful. It was awful, but it looked fucking badass.
Nice.
Cool. Damn.
Well, friends, I have to part. Unfortunately,
I appreciate you hanging around for a bit.
Thanks.
No, it was awesome. I'm just literally on it. You know, I have to get to. Unfortunately, I don't know. Real life is not that fun sometimes. I like this a lot better. I really do. Because you know what I mean? It's so good because you get on here and you're just ready to talk, and now we're bringing out guitars, bringing out concerts and terrible things we can do to guitarists, and it's great. You know, I know lots of pain, but I'll have to talk to you again about all this, Mikey. And
George, you're always welcome to come into our after parties anytime, man. If you see us going,
I'm going to catch you on another one because now I know the name of the game.
Yeah, on Thursday.
Is that with BA?
With Badass Atheist or whatever the fuck he calls himself now.
I think it's Atheist _bad.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's the accurate name. But anyway, folks, it's been great meeting you all, and thank you for coming out and listening to the show. And
thanks for sharing your story.
Thanks.
Yeah. No, thank you so much.
Thank you tweet later.
Thank you very much, and I will retweet that thank you tweet, as well as this show. I can't wait to send a link and post it all over Twitter. This is going to be
great.
Nice.
I fucking shit the bed on that one today too for some reason.
Damn it, Neil! What the hell?
Neil.
That's
like how many times do you need to buy new sheets, Neil? Come on.
Neil fail.
Other than that, have a good one.
Look at that shit.
Night, man.
Good night.
Good night, George. Good, George.
See you, George.
All right, he's gone. Let's talk about
him. He's awesome. I was on his show. We had a great time on his show, talking about deconversion stories, actually. Or as they say in Canada, talking about deconversion.
About deconversion stories,
fucking Canadians.
Right now, we outnumber you, so you just be careful now.
I know.
Wait a minute.
I know. That's okay.
1,
all right.
2.
Oh wait a minute. Let's.
I know. I'm.
There we go.
It's me and Mikey. That's it.
Holding down the American front.
And I heard the people from the Caribbean are pseudo Canadians, anyways. So.
Yeah.
Oh, you're just claiming the islands. Okay.
Let's say it was more like the Canadians are pseudo Caribbean. They love the Caribbean.
We have some.
I think I'm okay with that one.
You're all
there are a lot
of commies as far as
Barbadians in Canada. So.
we call them snowbirds, and they often go to places like the Barbados and Florida and shit like that.
My parents are snowbirds going to Florida every year now.
Sorry to hear that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like
Florida.
you're gonna fly south for the winter, so you go to the worst possible place that would be like.
I got to tell you honestly, no, it's not.
I know.
And the only reason I say that is because where they go, they're in a little community that's all Canadians.
Yeah, it's all snowbirds.
Right? It's all Canadians. They go down there for the winter.
Yeah, they're outnumbered. They're outnumbered by the Michiganders. You know, it's like that's
Michiganders.
Yeah, no, and that does make sense. Like, one of my old pharmacists, he's retired now. That's why he spends even more time down there. Yeah. But he often he's got a place in Florida that goes to because he loves standard golf, so to speak. He loves golfing, so there's he's got a membership in a golf course around here. He goes to some other places, and of course he golfs down in Florida a lot, and he adores golf. So it's like,
my parents golf twice a week down there, two or three times a week.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That's my old boss.
I golf whenever the hell I want to. I just do it on a PlayStation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't do real sports. I do all my sports on video games.
Exactly. I'm too fat to be doing anyway.
Sports are real sports
for Phil.
Oh, it's the Caribbean.
How's the Caribbean cannabis out there?
Well, right now it is still illegal here, but the government is trying to get it medical to have it legal medically. It's not like in Canada where it's not illegal anymore.
Right.
We are still behind. And of course, behind because the Christianity.
It's very strong there from what I've heard.
Yeah, it is. And the English-speaking Caribbean. Yeah, and they don't, even the government been getting pushed back with the medical marijuana stuff. So they're kind of iffy, trying to tread carefully for them. They're trying to tread carefully, but they need to stop just pandering to the Christians here.
Yeah.
I tell you,
do what is necessary. You know,
I always find it weird when we talk about this. Like now that I'm an atheist, like I grew up Christian and grew up against weed and all that. But I look back, I'm like, why did we have a problem with this?
Because all right, go ahead.
It's like I look in the Bible, and while there are certain verses, I guess you can twist it in this direction. Mostly regarding letting yourself go kind of thing or whatever. But for the most part, there really isn't much there that's should be anti-weed. So I don't know why the Christians it's so stuck up in their craw or whatever the expression is, whatever appropriate expression there is. And it's just there's quite a lot of things that Christians have take issue with, or that Christianity, not just Christians, Christianity as a concept takes issue with, and I'm like, there's not really your grounds for having issue with it. I'm reading your Bible, and I'm like, I don't get it. I don't get what your issue is. Even though. I'd argue for other things. Even though there's technically nothing in the Bible that directly admonishes abortion. In fact, there's an abortion reform in the Bible. Blah blah blah. Not gonna go down that rabbit hole for now. Yeah, honestly.
Sorry.
At least see and understand what they're looking at. That leads them to be anti-abortion, because there are ideas about the sanctity of life and other things. So I can see how they make those steps. But for stuff like weed, I don't get it. I do not see how they get there. It just doesn't make sense.
They will claim, your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit, the usual rhetoric about that.
Yeah, but I heard the Holy Spirit
to destroy and all sorts of things. But yeah, they still eat stuff.
Yeah, they still eat food.
And that's far even more dangerous than.
Well, it's like any other,
you know. But
it's like
some
being
you have. Pardon?
It's like how they're against tattoos often, and anything like that. For whatever reason, it's in their head, but the Bible says nothing about it.
It says in the law about marking your body and so, but in the New Testament it isn't there. And but then the Old Testament has the body marking stuff. And the funny thing is that some of the same Christians say you're not under the law, blah blah, and so on, will still refer back to that same in the Old Testament to say you shouldn't have body markings or piercings. I remember growing up in the denomination before they merged with the Methodist Pilgrim Holiness. They were about wearing, women supposed to wear the sleeves all down here, not supposed to wear any jewelry, not supposed to wear pants, etc. And what verse they were using, they were saying it was some verse in Timothy about modesty and so on, but that verse was not talking about not wearing things. But eventually, when they merged, the Methodists were more liberal in that, but still down here, a lot of the older persons who were came up under the Pilgrim Holiness try to enforce that and tell people they could not come up to the altar with their jewelry and do a lot. So they, it is different strokes for different folks for in Christianity. Interpretation of how they interpret stuff or was told. Yeah, that's it. Because some of them then eventually changed. Then the church, when they realized, we have been interpreting this wrong and telling people they will go to hell because
here's a question.
Yeah.
Prohibition, was that also driven by the church?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, very much.
Yeah, it was
very much
so.
I thought it was. I just wasn't 100%. So like the church just seems to want to do away with everything fun, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not allowed that, because if you're having fun, you're being more personally fulfilled, and therefore you won't need God. Anyway, that's a little. I'm being a little cute there, but
I think you're actually right on the
head. A thought I had, though, just like kind of a hypothesis that I'm kind of forming. I'm fairly uninformed, so I probably might be entirely wrong. But I almost wonder if at least some of these ideas are ideas that were formed by like an individual or group of individuals within Christianity a really long time ago. And whether it was from interpretation or just something they decided arbitrarily, but then they would spread it as though it's part of Christianity.
Yeah.
And because most laymen within the Christian community they've been specifically discouraged from like
questioning,
exercising your reasoning skills, and so they're not really in a position to be like, well, actually, where in the Bible does it actually say? Like, why is it? Like, no, you're not being taught to look at things like that, because if you're taught to be looking at things like that, you're going to start having problems with the actual stuff in the Bible too. So as a consequence of that is why people end up being able to smuggle so many other things into basically the Christian beliefs, the Christian zeitgeist, because like Christian, not all Christians, but a lot of Christians, or at least the ones I deal with, like evangelicals. I think I can speak to evangelicals because that's what I grew up in. Evangelicals will claim that the source of their beliefs is the whole Bible and nothing but the Bible.
Yeah.
So everything in the Bible is true. Again, not all Christians are biblicists, but Most evangelicals I know are. The whole Bible is true, and but important to this is they specifically admonish things that are extra to the Bible. It's like so I know evangelicals who will admonish the Catholics for having their like other apocryphal texts or whatever the case may be. Even though
those chick tracts say
not going,
chick tracts will do that because they were anti-Catholic.
Yes, very much.
Even though the Bible came from the Catholic Church, the very same Bible that they used was formed.
Sort of, no and yes.
For the most part, it was, and the Catholics still hold the Apocrypha. They discard the Protestants and protest. Discard the Apocrypha. That's church history. But
message in the
side
chat.
But they need, that is just. It's just some will say you shouldn't drink alcohol because the Bible said something about drunkenness. But then the Bible says, "Do not be drunk. The wine wherein is excess." Blah blah blah.
Fuck that! If I gotta read the Bible, I want to be drunk.
Some persons read that to mean, okay, it's okay to drink, but don't get drunk. And some read it to mean don't drink it at all. Which is
pass the ball. Anyway, I have a question.
I have a question too, but you go, Mikey.
Is there any way I can just start poisoning Christianity by like finding obscure Bible verses and be like, and this proves that you should smoke weed? And then they'll all just chill out. Like I gotta go behind enemy lines. You know, I gotta I gotta destroy it from the inside.
Mikey, go with the burning bush.
That means you should you should smoke spliffs. It's right there.
What happened?
The bush wasn't really burning.
Bush. Wasn't he inhaling all of those fumes and he was seeing and hearing voices and he was seeing
Don't you want to hear from the Holy Spirit?
Smoke
spliff.
You know what, Mikey? Interesting you say that because even though evangelicals as a group don't usually admonish the smoking of pot, even within the church I went to, I would meet some individuals who are not only not having an issue with pot, but they were specifically pro pot for the sake of their spirituality. And I know there are some denominations which take a more direct approach in that regard, but like pot positivity in Christianity is not unheard of. It's not common, but it's not unheard of. I remember a friend of mine when I was still going to church, and of course at the time I was just being like, no, this is wrong. But he was like, it gets him into a different state, allows him to get closer to God and to meditate on like what he's reading in the Bible and everything. That's an idea that can definitely.
I'll use the pot as a gateway drug to open their brain on everything else.
Steph had a question too. So
Steph.
Yeah. My question is: Are any of you familiar with the Jewish festival of Purim?
Yes.
Yes.
Wait, Neil, tell me what the hell that
is. Yeah, tell us what that is.
Purim. Well, you're familiar with it, right, Steph? The whole
yes,
concept
I'm
of what
very familiar with it. Yes, and where it comes from, and the saying that it is a religious responsibility on Purim to become so intoxicated.
Yeah.
To become so intoxicated, you cannot distinguish between the phrase "Cursed be Haman" and "Blessed be Mordecai."
That's right.
Yes, there is.
It comes from the story of Esther.
Junction. It comes from the story of Esther, and it's a brilliant holiday.
They even have little cookies.
Absolutely, it's so
called Homentashen, which literally means Haman's ear.
Yeah.
Because they cut
it.
Oh yeah.
They're delicious. They're delicious.
And they're absolutely fabulous. It's such a great, it's a great festival.
When I lived in, it's also, you could call it Jewish Halloween too, because everyone dresses up as well in costumes.
Exactly.
When I lived in Israel and I stayed in Jerusalem, and it was Purim, and I'm walking around the old village or the old city, and they grab you from the street, and they don't even know you, and they pull you into the festival. They put a bottle of wine in your hand, and they make you dance the hora all fucking night long. And you're dancing around with all these religious Jewish people. Back then, I didn't care. I would have been like, "Yeah, you're on your own." But
it's a big fucking.
It's a big party.
What it is.
Yeah, it was. And it was. I got so drunk that I woke up on the side of the highway, not realizing where the hell I was. All I had was my sleeping bag and a couple other dudes that were with me, and like a pomegranate.
You had a sleeping bag.
You had a sleeping bag. How did you get a sleeping bag?
You had a sleeping bag? You're so lucky.
Yeah.
I remember waking up on the side of the highway so many times without a sleeping bag.
I'm sorry, Ollie. I have to dig into this a bit. Not only once, not only twice, but it sounds like quite a few times you woke up on the side of the highway with or without a sleeping bag. It doesn't matter whether or not this is a frequent occurrence. Am I understanding this correctly?
It's in the double digits how many times it happened, yeah.
But Ollie, was it Purim? You could always say it was Purim.
I don't know nothing about no Purim, but holy fuck, the hangover I had the next day was pretty bad. Like more than once, it was a snowbank I woke up in, not just the side of the highway.
In a snowbank.
Here's your answer to the pot thing. I have given you every seed-bearing plant that grows throughout the earth, along with every tree that grows seeds-bearing fruit. They will produce your food in Genesis 1:29.
Thank you.
Produce your high. Meat isn't food.
Just forgot that
Smoking meat isn't food.
And
they could get around that.
It's everything. It's all there.
I don't know what either one of you said because you guys both talked at the same time. Go Mikey. Ollie and then go Steph.
It happens.
What I said Mikey, was it does say they will produce your food. So smoking weed really isn't food. So
you can eat it.
Yeah, you can.
You can.
Gummies.
There you go.
Ever had pot salad?
No, I haven't had pot salad.
That sounds horrible.
Oh my god!
Rancher
Neil's got some Thousand Island dressing and croutons.
Oh, I was gonna go. Ranch, blue cheese, or Russian.
Blue cheese.
All right.
Actually, the best is oil and vinegar because the vinegar kind of hides that potty flavor.
Oh my god! Fucking Caesar.
Oh my god!
Caesar.
Yeah, no. Like if I'm doing that, it's like a good olive oil and some good balsamic.
Yeah.
Any other dressing, any of this creamy bullshit, it's like fuck that.
Hey man, blue cheese kicks ass.
Okay, I'm with you.
Intolerant. I'm sorry, I can't touch it.
With that guy over there.
Fair enough.
There he is. Over.
It smells bad.
Oh, I love blue cheese.
I like the smell of blue cheese. I just can't eat it.
Okay, well,
I know it's a pungent smell, but that's
it's strong.
It's a strong smell, and definitely not like it take even the smell itself just takes getting used to.
I just eat it right off the brick of cheese.
It's too bad that it's too bad there aren't any Brits in here to talk about the wonders of Stilton, which is rather good too.
Where's Steve? Phoebe's probably awake. She should be.
Yeah.
Phoebe's hiding in her fucking sauna. That's where Phoebe is.
Yeah, but what are their chances? I mean, she's pretty,
Oh, she's busy. Oh no.
Well, no, she's found on nudist Brighton Beach.
Right, I remember the joke. Forgot about that one.
Murder.
Although it'd be rather early in the morning to be down at nudist Brighton Beach. And why would you go to nudist Brighton Beach? Have you ever been to Brighton Beach? I mean, it's nothing but pebbles. The whole fucking thing is nothing but pebbles. I was like, what do? They go out there, they put up their tents, they lie down on a bunch of stones.
Thou shalt dryest the flour before crumbling.
This is my English heritage.
Thou shalt then light and pass amongst thine friends.
Yeah. Anyway, I highly recommend Purim as a holiday to take up because it's kind of fun. And I only know about this because I went to Brandeis University, which is very highly, shall we say, it was founded by the Jewish community for higher education. So there are a lot of Jewish kids there. And it was so much fun. Purim was a lot of fun at college.
Mm-hmm.
Ari, you want to try painting high and on shrooms?
Oh my god!
Yeah. I would. The shrooms is good enough. You don't need.
I can't do shrooms.
Well, no.
Yeah, I was thinking like
I don't
even able to accomplish anything while you're high.
I don't know.
Weed?
I don't smoke weed, so I've never painted while high, and I've never painted while on shrooms. So it's kind of something I want to try.
Do you paint?
Always something.
Do you paint without drugs?
Yes.
Okay. I was about to say you just like come out like, you know what? I'm painting on shrooms. Like, do you normally paint? Or
I still fingerprint.
Dice on every
finger paint.
Yeah, and I told you to stop doing that in the bathroom, and I fucking mean it. Like, that's not fun.
I have been high on shrooms.
Drawing on the mirror. Drawing on the mirror.
Oh, that's what you're talking about. I thought it was something else with fingering in the bathroom. Anyway,
that's supposed to be flush.
Easy, Sabrina.
I'm sorry. I forgot I wasn't on Ben's stream.
I have been high and been on shrooms multiple times. I don't think I've ever been on shrooms and not been high at the same time, though. Just saying.
Yeah, but the being high thing is like a rather constant baseline.
I've never had a conversation with you where I'm under the assumption that you're sober. I think my understanding is that you're always high. You can correct me if I'm wrong.
No.
Yes.
Always? Hard to be always stoned because I do sleep for 8 hours a day.
That's true.
Yeah, when you're conscious.
That's better. Yeah. Ollie's middle name is High.
I used to wake and bake basically every day, but for the last year or so, I'm probably not getting stoned until like 11 o'clock in the morning.
All right. That's cool.
So Ollie,
take a break.
The experience, with the rooms and the marijuana.
Yeah.
You know what?
You find there's a similarity?
No. Oh hell no! Shrooms are psychedelic. You hallucinate. On
I know shrooms are psychedelic. Yeah.
I've written almost all of my lyrics while stoned. So there you go. And most of the music.
Like the marijuana calms me down generally, gets me in good humor, whatnot like that.
Yeah.
With shrooms, so I can feel the heart rate can race real easy. Like I said, you see things on shrooms, like a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like don't go stare at yourself in the mirror for any length of time. Holy
God.
No, I did that. Nothing ever fucking happened. I'm like, it's
all right. I
really?
The one time I did it, I just sat there. I turned into the Wolfman right in front of my own eyes.
Whoa!
Really?
On mushrooms, me and a buddy, we were working piling a couple of cords of wood in the basement. He was throwing the wood in through the base window, and I was stacking it up against the wall. And I got to tell you, the higher that stack of wood got, the more it seemed like it was just leaning right the fuck out over the top of me. It was so it was like every time I go, is it going to fall on me this time? You know?
Oh, I can see how that could, yeah.
I had bushes do that to me
Stuff
down
like
a
that,
pathway that I used to go down. The bushes would lean in.
So that's the type of things mushrooms do.
I think I only experienced that when I was young and I had high fever.
The most vivid I ever had on acid was me and a buddy were in his girlfriend's apartment, which was a basement apartment in this guy's house. And it was the middle of the night, and we were just shooting the shit. And it was like only the second time I'd ever done acid. And I remembered I'd lift my hand up like that, and it would become a microphone. Everything I was saying would be enunciated through the room. It was like I was in everything would get echoed, right? And at one point in time during the middle of the night, the door to the apartment opened, and a red dragon walked into the room, walked through the fucking room, went into the back room, and then came back out a couple of minutes later and went back upstairs.
I can see that.
I talked to my buddy the next day, and the landlord that lived upstairs, his nickname was Tiny Persons. He's a guy that's 7'1" and is around 400 pounds. And my buddy, who was there on acid at the same time, didn't experience the same thing I did. Tiny knocked on the door, asked if he could come in, walked through the room. He was wearing a red shirt.
Oh,
yeah. It was a dragon.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah,
the dragon.
Yeah,
The dragon.
Brilliant.
The dragon.
Right. So, I mean,
Oh my god.
things that happen.
Wow.
So,
That's
given that
hilarious.
given that there are so many Canadians in the room right now, I just want to indicate my own personal solidarity with my neighbors to the north, with the I'll get up there. I'm sure you. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. Stay there. Let's see.
Drive
There you go.
HGCA. Ooh.
Well, the J24 2017 World Championship. Port Credit
in
Golf Club,
Toronto.
Canada.
Yeah.
Oh.
There you go. So there you go. I'm just
We're
giving you a little bit of
Canadiana.
solidarity from your little Canadiana because there are so many fucking Canadians in this room.
Well, see if our shirts are expressing I'm siding with Christians with Lamb of God, right?
You don't say.
You're taking away the sins of the room, apparently.
And I've got
there are a lot of sins.
Australopithecus Jolly Roger here.
Yep.
That's one of my favorite praise and worship bands, Lamb of God. Their song Redneck really just, makes me want to hallelujah praise Jesus. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. The video game shirt.
Mikey, if you've ever been in the city, Redneck goes off.
Andy and the Ink Machine, which I have not beaten because I'm a coward.
I saw Lamb.
Ollie, you and I.
Maybe I'll stream it.
You're in a collared shirt. I always got to show up with a collared shirt.
Have
you? Yeah, I got on the collar shirt too. Yeah.
I saw
white.
I saw
have
them.
You named? I'm sorry, Phil. Have you a name for the shark? Is my question.
No, I've been kind of pondering names, but I haven't come up with names for the sharks yet.
Billy.
No.
She's got two. I gotta tell you. I mean, this is ridiculous. Where is the other one feeling neglected right now? I'm a little concerned.
I was sleeping with her last night, so
okay.
This is
all right.
Turn.
Whoa, all right.
No, not that kind of sleeping, like literal sleeping.
Spooning leads to forking.
As far as what I've imagined, both of them are trans. One's non-binary, the other is trans femme. Because of course I'm going to think about that.
Wait. You have three?
No, two.
Oh, okay.
Both of them are trans. Like one is non-binary trans, because non-binary does fall under the transgender umbrella.
I got.
The other one's trans femme. You said, right?
The other one's trans femme.
Yes. Okay. Fair enough.
Sharky.
Sharky. Yeah.
So for most of the people in the room who aren't familiar, this is like the IKEA shark. So this is the one that this is specifically the stuffed animal shark that you can get from IKEA's. And this has been kind of adopted by the LGBT community as like the trans mascot because of the blue, white, and pink is the main rationale. Also, they're just super fucking cute. They're just super cute and cuddly, and I love them. And so
they're very hard to get. They're hard to come by.
Yeah, I had to
really go ahead.
I had to
this is a saga.
My name on a message me when it's in stock, and they messaged me, and I was at work, and I'm like, boss, I got to do something. So I just order it right then and there on the spot. Just do it order, and I have to pay $5 for them to put it aside. Put two of them. That's why I ended up getting two, because I'm just like, you know what? If I'm spending some money to put the order aside, I might as well get two of them.
So you can resell them on the internet.
No, hell no. I would never.
Cost.
I would never do that to.
I would. I do it on a fucking heartbeat.
Honestly,
that would be a shark move.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, I actually was like thinking about like the possible situation where like they ran out super quickly, and then like I happen to be holding the two sharks, and I see a kid who wanted one of the sharks and didn't get it because they ran out. I'd be like, well, I'd probably just give the kid one.
No, that kid's got a parent that's got money. They're gonna give you that money for that shark. That's what that is. Just because kids don't have jobs, don't mean that they don't have access to income.
Honest to God, I
yes,
really
but that's not how I approach giving
Mikey, I
things
really
to people.
do right now.
I want children to have the least amount of money as possible. And if I have to get it from their parents to stop them from, you can't give kids money. They're dumb.
I know. I wouldn't give them money. I'd give them the animal.
They'd spend $80 on peanut butter if you let them.
I think extra delight means
the only way they're going to figure that
parthenogenesis
for their edits.
What is this?
Parthenogenesis is a natural form of reproduction. Of asexual reproduction. Sorry.
Asexual reproduction, indeed.
Yeah.
Nature finds.
And I think it's parthenogenesis, not parthogenesis.
No idea.
It's parthenogenesis is the thing.
Yeah, where the
Let's find out.
Some fish give live birth to some.
They don't. Yeah. They can. A lot of cases, some in reptilians and amphibians, they can change sexes.
Yeah,
and also plants also can do parthenogenesis.
Hold on,
it is parthenogenesis.
That's parthenogenesis.
Okay.
Yeah.
But there's something where I know that fish can. Sharks. There's a group of sharks that actually give birth to young rather than lay eggs.
Yes, they live births. Yes.
Yeah, live births.
Some of them do.
Some.
The development of embryos occur without fertilization by sperm, or in plants without.
Which means
they clones?
They are just no, they're not clones.
Not clones. No.
Not clones. But they are all XX. They're not no XX. Right. So therefore, the virgin birth. Give it a thought.
I'm just thinking.
Yeah. So Jesus was XX. Maybe that. Okay.
So the Moyle had a real fucking problem to deal with.
Also, mammals are incapable of parthenogenesis.
Why?
Why? Because they require genes from both a sperm and an egg.
That's what I was going to bring up. Like, so for mammals, they would have to be clones, right? Because we need both sides of the equation.
You do because of the
So the only way to get a mammal to do something like that would be if it would be a clone of one of the parents.
Yeah. Okay.
Which will be asexual reproduction.
Yeah, so mammals are incapable of parthenogenesis.
Not with that kind of attitude.
Exactly. You hit the nail on the head there.
You got to believe in yourself, Neil. You'll get there.
Mikey, I'm not giving birth regardless.
I know.
Wait. You look so much like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yes. You remember that movie, Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito?
The
was some geneticist or some
or are we talking about twins?
Gynecologist and implant egg into.
Aren't we talking about Junior?
You got pregnant. Yes, Junior.
Hey,
yes.
Guys, I'll be back in a bit. I'm going to go take my dog for a walk. If you guys are still on when I get back, I'll drop back in though.
Okay. Yeah,
we know.
We won't talk about you behind your back.
How would we never do that? And smoke a joint.
We would never do that.
We would do that. Seriously? Really?
Yeah. We would think about something like that.
I heard you don't touch the stuff. What is it?
Oh, okay. Well, you caught me. I've been lying this whole time. I've never smoked any type of pot.
It's all oregano.
This is not, all of this is just a CGI.
Just for show.
It's the devil. It's the devil's lettuce, Ollie. It's the devil's lettuce. Come on.
Devil's lettuce.
Oh my goodness.
All right. I'll talk to you later.
See, Ollie.
Bye, Ollie. Oh my
gravity.
goodness.
Fuck you, Isaac Newton. Oh, sorry.
Not his fault.
Dear. No, it's not his fault. You have to say fuck you.
He discovered it,
Galileo.
for fuck's sakes. Now we all have to do that.
But,
I was floating around. before
No,
he
we
showed
all
up.
had
Galileo
to
did.
deal with it before. We just now have some understanding as to how
Wasn't it Galileo too? When he
That
got the stone and the feather from the Leaning Tower or whatever. He discovered part of gravity. So fuck him too. But,
Yeah. Get out of here with your gravity. Can't hold me down, man.
Screw gravity. I'm gonna go fly away.
Gravity does not exist, right? So that's
There
what
is an answer to this one.
might say, that gravity don't exist.
There is an actual answer to this one. The egg came long before the chicken.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to properly phrase the question in the way that some people asking it would intend, what came first, the chicken or the chicken egg? Which the answer is probably the chicken. The chicken, yeah.
It would be the chicken.
Some sort of chicken.
Egg.
Yeah, some sort of chicken.
Well, if you ask it in the phrase, if you phrase it in the way of which came first, the chicken or the egg came first. It'll always be the egg because the egg's been around since dinosaurs. So
even long before the chicken existed, there were eggs.
Yep.
It's not chicken eggs.
That's right.
All the chicken's ancestors. They're the ones that the egg.
Well, it's like they say, the early bird catches the worm, and the
Or
egg
lays the egg.
is crossing the road. You know that old saying.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Very bad.
That needs a clip or something. I don't know, because
Like
that was an excellent.
A stitch in time saves the cross the road.
A stitch in time saves crossing the road. Absolutely true.
Well, it makes us even. Mikey, excuse me for asking this. Are you sober at the moment?
What is sober?
Okay, now.
Ollie stoned again. He's like, the chicken was hatched from a chicken egg. No, Ollie, the chicken had to lay that chicken egg first.
I can't.
When it comes to chickens and chicken eggs, chickens came first because the first chicken to lay that egg, which would later become what we now know as chickens. But it was a mutation to be a chicken, and then it laid eggs, and so on and so on. So in that case, yes. But the egg was around long before chickens.
Guarantee.
You just don't want to count your baskets before all your eggs have crossed the road.
Dying.
Don't put all your roads in the same basket. You know, it's like they say.
Hey, how did the sperm cross the road?
It's swam.
Sorry. Why did the sperm cross the road?
Why
did the sperm cross the road?
The sperm
I don't know.
crossed the road
That's deep.
to get to the egg.
No.
I don't
To
want to
get the
answer.
chicken.
Why did the sperm cross the road?
Why?
To get to
I put
the
the
egg.
wrong sock on this morning.
Oh, fucking! I knew it was nasty. I knew it was nasty. I knew it was nasty. No way it wasn't nasty.
Nasty, but still fucking funny. I really should take it off now, though. I'm pretty much over it.
Well, what the sock? You should take
The sock.
Didn't you hear the crunch every time I walk?
Oh my god!
Oh man, you must have walked in some water.
And I'm watching the numbers. I'm watching the numbers of people watching just dropping like flies now.
Wow.
Oh, my subscription numbers are going down too.
Oh, not at all.
This guy's gross.
Me. That's me, Neil. I'm turning off all my devices and I'm blocking this channel.
Oh my god.
That's me. I'll say it. It is
It's good to be honest.
And by the way, Neil, you're not allowed in my house anymore.
No, you better wear some flip-flops.
God damn.
No socks allowed in this.
Never wear socks.
No,
Come on, damn it.
It must be only black socks so I can tell if they're clean.
Oh, geez, I don't know there, McKinnon. If you just hopped into it, you need some. I got some ointment you can put on that if you want.
This is
God.
sideways.
Help the healing.
Contrary to expectations, some of us are actually sober here. So,
oh my.
Yeah, I wasn't suggesting that you were or were not. I didn't know your state of things. All I know is that some people here are not, and some people are.
Fair.
Right. Well, yeah, whether or not I have intoxicants in my system is no indication of whether or not I'm intoxicated.
I would agree. What? I've seen you drive.
Yep. Is that a compliment or an insult? I can't.
No, it's a total compliment. Absolutely.
Okay, just wasn't sure.
Okay.
You're right there, Phil.
I'm
not sure I want to be coming.
My camera just disappeared.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
No, I hope your camera didn't disappear, but you disappeared from your cameras.
The truth is, Phil, I prayed for your camera to stop working. God is
darn. Oh man. Was it the flying space monkeys or the flying spaghetti monster?
Yes. Flying spaghetti monkeys.
Oh, flying spaghetti monkeys.
Hey Neil, can you highlight that? Perfect. Neil walks into a bar wearing the wrong sock. It hurts in multiple ways.
Oh my god!
What keeps digging into my heel? Fuck.
Yeah, because at this point it's pretty like crusty and like hard now, right? And then the other hurt is, of course, walking into a bar. Ow!
Thanks for being on my side, Kira.
Yeah.
Oh, oh gosh.
Phil has not recovered from the joke.
I can understand that.
No, there's something using up my resources. I need to pause that. Oh gosh. Oh.
Thought maybe there was a blackout over there or something.
No, it's just
my VCam is not working. All right, that's not a problem.
No, it's not.
Do Canadians have Labor Day? Yes, of course we do.
Yes, we do.
It was lately, right?
Labor Day is pretty much celebrated North America wide. I'm pretty sure
it was Monday.
It's Monday. It's the same. It's the same day as in the States.
Yep.
Oh, cool. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, that's why today was a nightmare at work. Because every time pharmacy on a first day after a long weekend is always a shit show. Always.
They need the recovery drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, everyone's like, "Oh my god, the pharmacy was closed for a day. Where's my meds?" And the same thing is like all the prescriptions we would have gotten from doctors on Monday. We get at the same time as all the prescriptions.
That reminds me.
Doctors on Tuesday.
I gotta take my pill.
Ooh.
You don't want to get pregnant, Neil.
Did I take mine?
No, I don't.
Well, parthenogenesis or something.
You don't want to get pregnant. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Sabrina,
you're right.
Sorry, you're saying there?
Is your pharmacy open on Sunday too? Was it extra busy on Sunday?
No, actually, it isn't. It's
really
because our pharmacy in particular is only open for about 5 hours on Sunday.
Okay.
The thing is, Sunday's like our slowest day. I think because like
everyone's in church.
Think about going to the pharmacy when it's a good idea, and so. It's always the Monday or the Tuesday after a long weekend, regardless. It's just because like people don't, not everyone. Like there's some people who will do their business on the actual weekend, like the Saturday and the Sunday. But then there's also a really big chunk of people who will only really do their business on weekdays. And so those kinds of people are going to be the ones who will make up a lot of our busyness. Also, keep in mind that most doctors' offices aren't open on the weekend. So as far as new prescriptions are concerned, it's 5 days worth of prescriptions squeezed into 4 for a given week.
Yeah, it's just because you always see it at the grocery store the day before a long weekend holiday day. People go crazy as if it's going to be closed forever.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the end times are here.
Yeah, the end times for one day.
Yes.
Can someone highlight Hillbilly's last comment? I just want to respond.
Wouldn't the end times always be just one day? Because that's the end.
Yes.
In time. Not even necessarily a day, really. I mean, it could be,
for the morning after pill.
It's like
that's what these are.
Really?
No. Those are the morning of pills. Anyway.
Morning after pills. Oh
yes.
gosh.
So you'd think it'd be a big day for the morning after pill. Potentially. I mean, it's not necessarily going to always be Sunday. But the thing is, even in the case of a lot of people potentially needing that doesn't take time. All you do is come up to the counter, ask for some Plan B. I charge you like whatever the value is. Like the generic is $20, the brand name is $30, and then you leave. Like it's an easy transaction. It is not. It does not take any resources or it takes barely any resources on our end to take care of that. So that doesn't waste time. It doesn't waste much time. But when it comes to other prescriptions, because of course we have to maintain much more robust records for basically everything. I mean, just a PSA to everyone out there. There's a reason why the pharmacy has to spend time on your prescription, even if it's just counting pills, because most of our work is record maintenance. We have to make sure we have to cross-reference all your medication against everything else you've had before, if you have a lot of things. We have to ensure we document what we've just given you. So even if it's a new medication, we have to ensure we document what we've just given you, so that when you come and bring something else in, we can reference those things, cross-reference those things against each other. Also against any allergies that you might have.
Pull it back a little bit.
I'm sorry.
Pull your mic a little bit. Yeah, there we go.
No, sorry,
your breath was getting caught in it too. Yeah, you're good.
Oh, okay. I thought it was because I was just.
Was it a heavy breather? Was it a heavy breather?
Yeah, just so we can hear you clearly.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, but actually that did give me a moment to chill out and slow down a little bit anyway. We have to maintain a lot of records. We have to cross.
You're starting to sound like that squirrel from that movie, the Caffeine
Which
Squirrel
one?
or whatever. The what the hell's it called? Hoodwinked.
Oh yeah,
caffeinated squirrel. Here, have some more coffee. Oh yeah, I just want to eat more coffee. He's like drinking.
Bro, they gave him that Red Bull and the earth stopped spinning. I almost fucking fell out. That was the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Yes, extra. That is true. Well,
oh my god,
it's inconsistent. Unfortunately, some pharmacies are very particular about documenting all conversations, and some pharmacies are not great at documenting all conversations. So.
But is there? You'd think there's a lot of conversations that just aren't necessary to document anyway. Like,
yes, the ones that are more important to document are if a patient has been counseled at the dispensing of a particular medication, and on the prescription slips that we have printed out that we throw in like our record bundles, there is a box for even if it's not putting the details, just like signing and saying counseled kind of thing. And it's not always necessary to have that filled. Like you don't expect that to see that filled if it's a refill prescription, but it's still there because sometimes their patient has questions, and so we can do that. But yeah, there's a lot of conversations that don't necessarily need to be documented. There are a decent number of conversations that don't seem like they need to be documented, don't get documented, but there is a lot of utility there could be a lot of utility to documenting them, especially when it comes to counseling for over-the-counter medications. Because there's a lot of things a lot of extra stuff that we can sort of pick up and help better serve our patients if we notice from like OTC conversations and other things. One of the notable ones is if we have any patients who are on, I think it's ARBs. Gosh, now I can't remember. One of the classes of blood pressure medications. One of the few signs of a particular very serious adverse reaction is a new cough, without anything else, like without any cold symptoms or anything, just a new cough. And so if we have a patient who doesn't have a chronic cough, doesn't have any reason that they'd be coughing on the regular, and they get started on one of these medications, and then they're coming in looking for cough syrup, that's worth a conversation. Mind you, what is more worth a conversation is letting them know, hey, if you develop a cough that doesn't seem to be coming from something else, let us know.
Yeah.
But not everyone remembers that. Just because we had that conversation doesn't mean the patients necessarily will remember that we asked them to inform us of any coughs that they would have. So noticing that patient has, after having started one of these medications, has now been getting cough syrup, you might be like, this is worth having a conversation with them. We'd ask them, it's like, oh, you've got a bit of a cold, or what? It was like, no, I just got this cough. We'd ask how long, and if the timeline works out, or even if it doesn't, we'll consult with the doctor as well. And in a lot of cases, the doctor will say, nope, let's get them off. This won't work on them. Notably, as an example of a slightly different example of this, my dad does have a chronic cough. So when his doctor was to get him started on blood pressure medications, she skipped this family. And the rationale, like, I didn't talk to her because of course she's my dad's doctor, not my doctor. But when I heard about that he had never been on this family of medications, I'm like, probably because of his chronic cough, because there'd basically be no way to separate the cough from the adverse reaction from his normal cough. We wouldn't be able to detect that because he has a cough. And so he's never tried that family of drugs, and he won't ever, because again, we can't watch out for the adverse effect until it's too late. Now, there are other signs for this particular adverse effect, but the cough is the most obvious one. It's the easiest one to look for, so that's why we like to watch out for it with that family. But yeah, oh yeah. No, here we go. It's been a while since I've done this. Go off on a tangent.
Hey, look, but
but I mean, and realistically, blood pressure is something that affects a large portion of the population, so it's good to know. Like, so it's actually something helpful. Like, I know mine is a little high, so I'm not medication bound yet, but the potential's there. So I mean, and I know I'm not alone. It's a common condition, especially in aging populations.
Have you tried prayer?
Yes,
I did when I was young, Mikey, and
okay,
I felt nothing. I felt nothing.
Keep at it. Just keep trying.
Mikey, I don't know if it quite constitutes praying, but I have a friend of mine who says they spend a lot of time on their knees in a similar fashion.
What? Okay.
in prayer, presumably.
I would presume. I mean, I couldn't think of anything else they'd be doing in that position. So,
well, it could be a part-time circus seal.
Yeah, she was catching fish, all right.
But yes, the problem is, since they started doing this more often, they've been choking a lot more. So
yeah,
I gotta stop.
It's a young seals game.
I have multiple times, by the way. I have gone on a clinical trial. Yep, I have.
I've never qualified for the ones that I've applied to. They're like, no, we already have enough people in your category. Mine just before I came out as trans, so I wonder if I qualify for some unique.
I don't trust large groups of people, so I just escape as soon as they try to hey, we're gonna do it. Like,
no,
fucking out of here.
Honestly, knowing how much goes into medications before the clinical trials even commence, yeah, I'd definitely do it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure.
Yep.
Yeah, there are still negative
times.
There's still plenty of negative effects. Well, not plenty. There's still a decent amount of negative effects that aren't discovered even well after they've hit the market.
Sure.
Partially because rules and things have changed, but partially just because like it's not probable to catch everything before it goes out.
Well, your sample size is small compared to the population that's going to be treated with these medications, right? So when you're doing a study with, let's say, 1,000 participants to get a nice rounded study, a double blind, whatever, that's fine, but it's still a small small sample. Once you get it out, like look at the vaccine for COVID, just because it's the most current one that everyone.
Hold on, though. We had earlier versions, especially in the mRNA style ones. That have been around since the 90s.
I'm not arguing. They started working on mRNA in the 80s. I'm not arguing that point. I'm not arguing that point of it at all. What I'm saying is the testing, like the test groups for these clinical trials, was small. I think the Pfizer one was 700 people. That's a very small subset of people. It was rushed, absolutely. It was done quickly, not rushed. They still have to meet those same standards to get that vaccine out. Yes, there could be unfound things. The other thing that people seem to miss here is how many billions of vaccines have gone out. The number of adverse effects that we've seen from them is
negligible.
Oh, it's less than aspirin. There's a 5% chance of aspirin causing a side effect. And the COVID vaccine was lower than that. It was something like 3%. It's less dangerous than an aspirin.
And that's in no large part to get back to Neil's point. When the SARS virus, not COVID-2, but COVID-1, first
the original SARS.
There was the original SARS was an outbreak in, I believe, the early 90s, and the research
2000s, early 2000s.
Okay, early 2000s. You're right, and the research went on for a very long time. So I was like, I think it was like February 2020 when there was a story on NPR saying, "Hey, we've got this shit on the shelf. We've got the research on the shelf," and they took it off the
tailored
shelf
for the new one. But the first thing they ever used an mRNA vaccine on was AIDS, HIV.
That's right. That's true too.
Back in about 1993 or 4, I think, 93, and then rabies, and they had amazing success with both of them.
I remember getting rabies.
Oh shoot! Oh, so did you go start crazy?
Let me ask you, what was the vector? What'd you get bit by, Mikey?
What's your vector, Victor?
Well,
clearance.
Here you go.
Typically, it's something bites you. I went on a biting spree.
Oh my god!
I bit people.
I still have the scar.
That sounds
right
kind of kinky.
I bit people, animals, buildings, vehicles.
That was your fetish?
Oh, so you
I had
Trump Tower and you came down with rabies. Okay, now I get it.
Ew, I would never put something so filthy in my mouth. I have standards.
I don't know about that.
I've put some shit in my mouth that most people wouldn't put that fucking Trump Tower in my mouth. That's
you put shit in your mouth.
I'd rather eat shit than fucking bite that tower. I'd rather eat shit.
Yep.
I'd have to agree.
But let's just say when they tell you don't eat the worm in the bottom of the tequila, listen. Okay, that's good advice that they're offering at that point. You shouldn't do it because I did it, and biting spree, rabies, it was a thing.
Oh, okay. So it was a tequila worm that did it to you. Okay.
It drove me insane.
Oh wow! But yet you survived. That's
I'm a survivor. I'm gonna make it.
Have you ever seen
more of that wrist stuff going on?
Yeah.
Hey, Mikey, have you ever seen the effects of rabies on the human, like a human body?
No,
because it makes you hydrophobic, so you're afraid of water. Like,
yes,
it's crazy the effect it has.
I have heard of why, because like you can't, something with your swelling and weirdness, you can't swallow.
Oh.
So that's why you see like the animals like drooling and shit like that, and they won't take water because they can't swallow, and if they try to drink water, they'll drown. So I think that's where the water comes from, is because you don't want to put anything in your mouth if you can't get it down. You'll just, you know what I mean, feel like you're drowning.
Wow.
That's why I drink through other orifices.
So the conclusion could be, can be,
how brilliant.
If someone don't like to bathe, they might have rabies.
Correct.
Oh.
Yeah. Well,
smelly people, smelly people, rabies confirmed. Confirmed.
Okay. What did I put my headphones back on for? Honestly,
rabies.
Yeah, I guess
that's another way to get rabies.
Headphones.
Headphones. People, a lot of people don't know, but it's a thing. It's totally a thing. 1 in 15 Americans get rabies from headphones.
You know, like
Magic.
somebody out there is going to listen to this and actually fucking believe you. Which is really
you know, because it's some people just.
If they're believing me, then they're a fool and they shouldn't do that stuff. Be more skeptical out there.
True.
Mikey's gonna have to be debunked on the next medical myths.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. There you go.
I got more than that.
Hold on. What would make this even better is we'd have Mikey getting debunked on medical myths with Mikey as the guest star.
Hey, exactly right.
Yeah,
exactly right.
Like, you can't trust this guy.
Do you have a good medical myth, Mikey?
I've been making up medical myths all night. Like,
okay. All right.
I've been providing them content for free. Making up shit. Ooh, I found it. That's exciting.
So, Sabrina, you were about to say something about the COVID vaccine there a little bit ago.
Yeah, say it.
I can't remember what I was going to be saying there. I think I was just sort of agreeing, like, yeah, mRNA is like, oh, yes. Interestingly, not vaccine itself, but Paxlovid, or which is like the
Paxlovid.
I did that.
Oh, okay. So Paxlovid being the drug set, because it's not a single drug; it's multiple drugs.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Also developed. Which was also developed initially for intervention with HIV/AIDS. That particular
that's
product.
where I was going, actually.
Yes.
So I think the two drugs that are included as part of Paxlovid. Now, the quantities aren't exactly the same as you would use in an HIV course, but it's very, very similar, and so much so that when we started dispensing Paxlovid, it's very, the rules for dispensing it here in Canada is very stiff. But anyway, when we started dispensing it, one of the primary, not the only sources, we had a lot of sources of information, but one of the main sources we were going to for interactions and various other things was a UK website that was for these drugs in use with HIV. Because then they did add in they appended it. It's like, okay, this is being used for COVID. So here's our update and everything. But like, this website had existed for a while as a resource for the use of these same medications in the treatment of HIV. So I just thought that was like one of our most consistent sources of information. Like, because it was really hard to get good details, especially because the doctors. There are some doctors who did their due diligence. Okay, I have to be clear. There are plenty of good doctors out there, but there are also
most of them are. Let's be honest. Most of them are.
I'm saying in a specific subsect of doctors who are willing to prescribe Paxlovid in Ontario in a context where there's a lot of rules about prescribing Paxlovid. Here's one of the most notable ones. Doctor can't just write a prescription and then the patient gets it. Not that easy. Guess who has to have an in-depth conversation? The pharmacist and the doctor have to talk, have to have a conference.
The Easter Bunny. Oh.
They have to have a. Yeah.
That makes more sense. Your answer makes more sense.
They have to. We have to know what their kidney function is right now. So if they don't know what their kidney function is, we can't dispense it because otherwise, because the therapy has to be modified if they have decreased kidney function, or if it's very decreased, they just can't touch it.
Do they have rabies?
That is also a valid consideration. Yes.
And a callback.
Are there lawsuits against what?
And a callback.
I'm looking that up. Sorry, they just caught my eye there.
Extra delay. Oh yeah, thalidomide, yes, was also used for HIV. Lots of things have been used for HIV, including mRNA vaccines.
Yep.
And actually, some of the newer versions from now in the 2000s are showing a lot of promise for the HIV.
But there haven't been any widely distributed vaccines against HIV. No. There have just been trials. So and the trials have focused on some of the mRNA stuff. mRNA.
On April 19th, 2021, Klein lawyers filed a class action lawsuit on behalf of all persons who were prescribed and consumed Viread, Truvada, Atripla, Complera, and or Stribild in Canada. So these are all various HIV/AIDS drugs. They're all tenofovir-based drugs, basically. Okay, I'm gonna dig into this.
I've got my little packet somewhere around here of instructions for Paxlovid, but whatever. One thing it'll do though, it keeps the COVID at bay. But it also gives you the shits. And it is literally listed as a side effect of taking the medication that you're liable to develop diarrhea. And trust me on this, yeah. It was a rather unpleasant experience.
Gonna have to wear grampers.
Yeah. Not cool. It wasn't cool at all. I don't recommend COVID, and I don't recommend there's nothing good about it. You just feel like crap for about a week.
Wow. I haven't experienced the COVID.
Ew. You should fucking stay out of my light fixtures, you gross bastard.
IQ.
Hi,
IQ.
I think the only word that would have made us more uncomfortable than oozes would have been like seeps. Like,
oh gosh.
Like if he would have seeped through the lights, that would have been the only thing worse than oozes through.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, by the way, guys, I did post on Twitter earlier today. I posted a fundraiser, a GoFundMe for IQ down there to get him the hell out of the shit situation, him and his kids out of that situation.
No,
so I threw some money, and I challenge you all to beat my donation. I threw in $100. So beat my donation.
That's very, very cool.
That'll teach him.
IQ, I hope you're doing okay.
Wow.
Dastardly.
Yeah.
Even a little bit, 10, 20, $30 helps. Every little bit helps, and it all pile up, and we'll get him out of there safe and sound.
There we go.
Because he needs to be away from that fucking, from what he makes her sound like, some psychopath anyways.
Yeah. Oh, man. Let's see.
IQ is good people.
Yeah, IQ's great.
Looking.
I don't care for him.
Yeah.
He's not here. Let's talk about him.
Oh gosh.
He's sketchy, that IQ guy.
So abrasive.
All right.
Sorry, just to address something that I was commenting on a little bit back. Extra Delight. You mentioned their lawsuits against PrEP. It is specific ones, and it is specific ones that include one of the. Gosh, now I forgot the name of it already. One that includes tenofovir, which is a specific one of a number of antivirals that are included. So this isn't all PrEP, because not all versions of PrEP feature tenofovir. Notably, Paxlovid does not have tenofovir. Anyway, I'm not even sure if Extra is even thinking about this anymore, but I just, again, I do this kind of thing.
Would that stop the shits from happening? Because that'd be good.
Can we please stop talking about diarrhea and fucking medication, please? Can we? I get some of it is interesting, like the newer stuff. Like, really in a
just get out of the room.
We're just really in a weird spot.
I mean,
it's just like very. It's like very.
I'm
dry,
with you.
I'm
like, with you. Let's
diarrhea.
Like, no, Mikey. I'm not bothered at all. This is me and my like hyper-focused ADHD. Like if people want us to move on, we can move on. I am not offended at all by that.
We're just really
it's cool. I don't want to make everyone else like uncomfortable and shit.
The pools.
Why
shit?
Yeah, that would be.
Let's go get it.
All I know is I still want the little. You can get the sound chips for the lightsabers. I still want the one that's all fart noises.
I love it.
Lightsaber can fart.
I like fart.
They also have a Homer Simpson one, so it goes.
Oh my gosh.
That's good.
Neil has the brown pants saber.
I agree with Extra.
Brown pants saber? Oh, yeah.
Brown pants.
Now this guy's got the red idea. He wore the brown pants. I need to. You know what? I haven't watched that movie in like 4 years. I think it's time to get really high and watch fucking Deadpool again.
Oh, I watched it about 3 months ago.
It's so funny.
I was just bored, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to throw this on. It's got to be one of the best movies, in the past 10 years.
Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool. He just is. I can't think of anybody else.
Deadpool's a real person, and his name is Ryan Reynolds.
Yes,
but he's not the shitty Deadpool
from Vancouver.
But he's not the shitty Deadpool from a few years before, right? That's not the same.
And he goes back and kills all of the fucking other roles. It's just so perfect. Well, Ryan Reynolds gets us. He gets us.
Yeah, when he goes back and kills when he's writing the Green Lantern script, that was the best to me right there.
Yeah.
The fucking constant trolling of Wolverine is just my fucking favorite shit. It's so
they're like total buddies too, so it's so funny.
He talks shit on him on social media. Like, why is Deadpool talking shit? Like, what are you doing? So bad.
Hellbound Hillbilly, you're quite right. That's really good stuff.
Well, we've got a couple Canadians here. Let's bring it back up north.
Nice. National Movie Day. $3 $3 a movie. Nice.
Actually, Seth, you can help out as a Mainer. You're pretty far north as well.
Yeah.
What's some movies that could probably do for, like, they've been out long enough where they could go for another good cycle through the tumbler. Like Deadpool is, I don't know, like 6 or 7 years old, but that's a good one to throw out. Like, what else is not recent but could probably use another watch?
All right, he's back. He's back.
Hi, Ollie.
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
That's a great. Yeah, they're doing another one, another sequel.
I know, but like, I want to just watch the first one again.
Is that?
Oh, I know, it's so good.
Is that the Miles Morales?
Miles Morales.
Yeah.
It has been a long time since I've seen that. I'm gonna put that.
It is so good, man.
Yeah.
And every 6 months, I always put on Infinity War and Endgame every 6 months. I watch them together.
Question for Neil.
Fucking love it. What?
If an egg contains
Stop it.
unhatched chicken.
God damn it.
No.
Wait,
Talking about this the whole time.
We have moved on.
We have long past this conversation.
Well, that was the last thing I heard as I was going out the door.
Oh my god!
You will not take me
About
back.
He's there back in time.
You are not taking me back to Eggman.
Molly. Oh my god!
Ollie, man.
I'm not going to lie. His ability to keep track of.
What happened to Ollie is Ollie
Not
walked
a fan
on the
of
side of the road
movies.
just now. So
Never been a fan of the Scream ones.
You're Ollie, man. You're
Never been a fan
overthinking
of
this.
those.
You know what movie needs a good run through for me? Dogma.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Dogma.
Fuck, even the one previous.
Clerks, Mallrats.
Clerks.
Clerks
is fucking classic.
I haven't seen that in a while.
That's a good tune. Have you seen my keys? No time for love, Dr. Jones.
Well,
see my balls up there, about the biggest pair you ever seen,
At least
buddy.
chickens.
Well, Kevin Smith actually went to school in BC. I'm not sure exactly where, but
Vancouver Film School.
Yeah. So
I went to Vancouver Film School. Not at the same time he did, but
he
took low budget filmmaking
in Canada.
Yeah. He went to Vancouver Film School. I took low budget filmmaking because I had this big grandiose dream of making really shitty zombie movies, and it never came to fruition.
It's not too
Zombie movies.
I mean, it's not too far off from what you're doing now. Getting a whole bunch of randos together, just milling about. Pretty much a zombie movie. Low budget.
That's it.
I don't know.
I'm going to change the after parties to zombie chats.
Damn, Sabrina, we low budget zombies? What the hell? Why we got to be low budget zombies?
Shitty blue makeup like the original George Romero.
Mikey, we're still alive and breathing. That's why we're low budget zombies.
Weakest zombies ever. Actual regular as humans.
My lifelong aspiration has been to be in high budget zombie, and it hasn't worked out.
Are there any good?
You got to start somewhere.
World War Z. I haven't seen that in a long time. I wonder if that's good for another tumble. It's been a while.
Silent Bob Strike Back. Silent Bob Go to Hollywood. What is that one? Is that another one too? No, there's another Jay and Silent Bob one now.
Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Yeah, but there's a new one, like Jay and Silent Bob the sequel or something. I think they call
What?
it.
A new Jay and Silent Bob? I had not heard.
Yeah.
No.
Were they? Oh, fucking Jay and Silent Bob. Hang on, just Google the shit.
My love for you is like a ticking clock.
Bazooka.
You know what?
Jay and Silent Bob reboot. It's called.
I just thought of something that needs a rewatch. Probably a bit dated, but Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Why?
Yeah.
Why not? It's hilarious in a horrible way.
Princess Bride.
Yeah, I was just going to say, if you're going to pick a movie like that, go with The Princess Bride.
Fair enough. Princess
Monty
Bride.
Python and the Holy Grail.
I rewatch Princess Bride on the regular. It doesn't feel like something I need to specifically think about coming back to because it's something I always come back to.
My wife unfortunately let me know that for her birthday, she wants to have a movie night, and we have to watch Hocus Pocus 1 and 2 because the second one is dropping like on the 30th, and so her birthday is on the 2nd, so she wants to have a movie. I'm like, yay!
Airplane,
dude. I had to go watch the Backstreet Boys. Now I gotta watch Hocus Pocus. I hate Hocus Pocus.
Don't fucking call me. I can tell you.
Willow. Mad Mardigan.
I love Willow so much.
Yeah, it's another classic Airplane.
Airplane, yeah. Great movie. Hi.
People are very sick and we have to get them to a hospital. A hospital? What is it, doctor? It's a big white building with lots of beds in it, but that's not important.
I just watched, let me go to my Amazon real quick. I just watched something on Prime that was really, really good, and I didn't remember.
I agree. Hub on Hillbilly, by the way.
Yeah. That's
Has anyone here ever seen the Clerks cartoon? They did an animated series. Yes. 6 episodes. No. In the second episode, they have a clip show. It's the best.
One of my favorite all-time, other than History of the World, Mel Brooks movies, is this one. Spaceballs.
Oh, yeah. Spaceballs.
It's on TV too much. You get to see it all the time.
No such thing is too much.
I haven't watched that.
No.
I saw it what's TV? Time ago.
The thing about Spaceballs is whenever you watch Spaceballs, no matter what, if you ever watch Spaceballs, you're watching Spaceballs twice. Because of the moment in the movie where you're watching Spaceballs and the characters of Spaceballs watching the movie Spaceballs. Fucking, I know it's so stupid, but I fucking love it. I love that moment.
Oh my gosh.
Napoleon Dynamite. If you guys haven't seen it in a long time, watch it again because it's still hilarious.
Not my kind of humor.
I never really got into Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh, you got to be just the right kind of dweeb because it's so stupid, but it's got to be your kind of stupid.
I actually kind of thought some of they had a short-lived cartoon, Napoleon Dynamite.
They did.
I didn't see that.
Scott Pilgrim.
That's a good call. Oh, Invincible is on Amazon. If anybody has it, that's a really good like animated real life superhero kind of thing. Invincible. If you haven't seen it, check that shit out. It is fucking
animated real life.
Yeah, it's animated, but it's not for kids.
Oh no,
it's adult.
No.
And I think Primal too. That's a great one.
Oh shit! Yeah, I got to put that on my list.
IQ brought up a good one. Boondock Saints.
Yeah, it's classic.
I could do a good rerun of that.
Oh yeah.
Boondock Saints is really good.
Oh, this is what I remember what I was going to say earlier. Hey Neil, you are no longer on my shit list when it comes to spoiling Star Trek things, because Wayne did the exact same thing you did.
What's that?
Neil, if you guys missed it, Neil ruined Picard for me because he got the season finales mixed up, and Wayne did the exact same thing. I told him I'm like, yeah, I'm in season 3. Boom, tells me the thing for season 4. I was like, fucking asshole. I told you not to.
4.
Ooh, Fritz the cat. Oh,
season 3 is coming out.
I'm in season 4, episode 5 of Discovery.
Oh, Discovery.
Oh, Discovery. You said Picard.
Discovery.
No, Picard, you ruined.
You ruined Picard for him.
He ruined Discovery. He ruined Discovery for me because he got fucking seasons mixed up and told me the wrong finale.
That is.
I was like, religious. I literally said I don't want to talk about this with you because you're gonna spoil it. And and you managed it.
Jeez.
So you're off my shit list. Wayne is now on my shit list, and I will never talk about films with him ever again.
Oh man.
Everybody dies.
Oh, if you guys haven't seen The Boys, check out The Boys.
We're all dead, Dave.
You're all dead, Dave.
I think I heard about The Boys. I am still yet to watch the Sandman.
Sandman's okay.
Everybody's dead, Dave. They're all dead, Dave.
All dead. Anyone see the not reboot, but the continuation now of Game of Thrones?
Yeah,
the House of the Dragon
prequel.
House of the Dragon.
Prequel.
Yeah,
I've seen the first 3 episodes. It's not too bad.
Something years. I like it. I think it's pretty good.
It's the first time I'm enjoying what's his name there that was Doctor Who in anything.
Matt Smith.
I have not Matt Smith. I haven't enjoyed him in anything he's done, including Doctor Who. It's the first time I'm enjoying watching him as an actor.
I liked him as Doctor Who.
So, I know some people did. I didn't.
He was a mediocre Doctor Who at best.
Yeah, so he kind of ruined Doctor Who for me. Especially after David Tennant.
I like Eccleston and Tennant better.
Yeah,
by a long shot. But my favorite by far is Eccleston. But I guess he was really hard to work with. So
yeah, that's why I only did like the 1 season.
Yeah.
They're bringing him back though for the big one.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you have a big dog, I strongly recommend these things. They're tough as snot. My dog has been chewing on this now for a week, and that is the only damage to it.
Snot's not that tough. I hate to break it to you.
Okay. but you know what I mean.
Yeah, we know what you mean.
Fair.
Your simile could have used something sturdier.
Okay. Like nails, tough as nails.
Tough as taxes.
Yeah.
Tough as taxes.
Oh, that's a little too tough. There wouldn't be any progress on that thing if it was tough as taxes.
The poor dog's teeth. Just smooth. Just a smooth line where the teeth used to be.
Gums.
Just a layer of enamel over the gums.
You know what the worst, the absolute worst thing about doing taxes is?
Every year.
The fact that it's technically completely unnecessary.
Hmm?
I haven't filed my taxes in like fucking 12 years, so who cares?
Yeah.
Don't tell me that, Neil. Please don't tell me that.
Ooh.
What?
I'm an officer with the CRA, dude. You can't tell me that shit.
Yeah.
Well,
I heard nothing.
And
Ollie, you're with CRA. I'm with Stats.
Yeah. Are you?
Wow.
oh,
Okay, I have a question, Ollie.
7.
How far do I
No.
how far do I have to go back now? I think it's 7 years, right? Anything before that, they just whatever.
It's personal taxes. I'm not sure what the rules are, honestly, because I work in business taxes.
Gotcha.
Okay.
May I suggest that maybe this is not a good
Yeah. On the air is not a great.
Not a great.
It's not like I'm hiding from them. I just keep fucking forgetting.
No, understood.
Yeah, you should just go do it tomorrow.
just set an evening and do it.
All I know is across all branches of the CRA, if you voluntarily declare before they actually have to come after you, way less penalties. Doesn't matter which way you go at it. So,
how about that local sports team? Am I right?
How about that sports ball?
Actually, it's about time for me to call this one quits. I need to go to bed.
Yeah, bed.
I kind of do too.
Yeah,
I got long days coming up over the next couple of days.
There you go. I'll send you all my tech stuff. All you can do it for me.
No.
He's like,
no,
fuck
me.
you.
I don't even do my own taxes, dude. So no.
Wow.
What do you mean? You don't do your own taxes? What's wrong?
No.
You pay somebody.
No,
taxes are so easy to do.
My mother's an accountant.
It really depends.
I don't do my taxes.
I guess it does depend. My taxes are always pretty well. Last couple of years has not been that simple.
I
but
work
like
from
I've
home.
managed.
I got a lot of expenses to declare.
Yeah,
Yes, that's right. For me, the biggest complication is medical expenses because I've got a fuck ton of those, and that got me a decent amount. Before declaring medical expenses, my return was a certain amount. After declaring medical expenses, I got another $2,000 back. What the?
Thank you, everyone in the chats on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
We're trying to go home. We're trying to go home.
I'm already home.
Yeah, that was a
off
hint,
the air.
hint.
Thanks everyone out there on the chat land. Thank you for hanging out with us. Hope you guys enjoyed tonight's show. If you missed the interview with George, there is a link below and you can check it out. And also you'll find all of his links over in the interview as well, like his YouTube channel and stuff like that. And Extra Delight mentioned earlier that we didn't really talk a lot about the Socratic method. We touched on it a little bit in the interview, and I said we might do some more in the afterward. We never really got there. Instead, it was all about pooping tonight. So there you go.
Yes.
My amazing patrons, you guys are awesome. Thank you. The show really is nothing like that thing says without you guys. So thanks for all you do. And thank you guys for hanging out with George and me tonight. And Mikey, it was great.
Yeah.
Thanks for jumping in. Nice to see you guys. And like I always say, well, yeah, fuck yeah, you should. Until next time, guys, like I always say at the end of the after party, like the late, great Carl Sagan once said, extraordinary claims require a lot of fucking money. No, I'm kidding. Extraordinary evidence. See you next time.
Bye. Something Randolph would say.